Bawib Chrono Weeb Mini Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. And it's a big one today. Not only are we going to talk about the newest bot coming to the game, Snapdragon. We've got his abilities and everything. I have him on the test account. We'll take a look at him in action. We're going to talk about the event as we usually do. Plus, there was also a lot of updates to bots that we're going to go over, so we're going to take a little bit of time going over those, and I do have a few crystals to crack as we usually do. So how about we go ahead and get over to the Transformers Earth Wars news after we say hi to people in the chat. I almost forgot. Welcome to YouTube, by the way. We are back on YouTube permanently for our live stream, so thank you everybody for coming on over here. See, Big Bronze Rims here, Izzy Plays, don't recognize you, so if you're new, welcome. PB Chew, Big D, Bert Sherbet, Hot Shot, Damon Swinky, Joseph Trujillo, Scott Allen Hunter, William Edward Hackman, and Morris Shaw, and Grand Galvatron's here, Boss Man. There are a lot of familiar faces. See, Sunstreaker Waza was here earlier, not sure if he's still around, but hey, he had a great stream earlier, and if you haven't seen Sunstreaker Waza, go check out his channel because he does some good stuff too. Yeah, okay, so this weekend's event is called Judgment Day. And let's see, so fight this weekend's event to unlock a 2, 3, or 4-star Snapdragon, and he's got both colors there in his name because he is available for both Autobots and Decepticons as a mercenary. Yes, has traditionally been a Decepticon, but in the game he's a mercenary at Hasbro's request. You can also win up to 50. I thought I updated that. That's not actually the right stuff that you can get, so ignore that slide. This is the right slide. I forgot to delete that last one. 1,500 Snapdragon character shards, 4,000 3-star shards, 1,000 4-star shards, 20,000 premium shards, 125,000 spark and combiner spark, 6 gold power core chips, and a G-metal power core chip. And we'll throw in a partridge in a pear tree too while we're at it. So there you go. This is a leaderboard event. We all know how leaderboards work. Last event for Grapple and Dirtbag was a leaderboard. It's unusual to have 2 in a row. They usually space them out, but it happens sometimes. And let's see. Starts the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. 1 big prize board, and then you continue to fight for the leaderboard and Super XP throughout the event. To participate, it's an Alliance event, so you have to be Headquarters level 4 and be in an Alliance. You hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, win the points, win the prizes on the leaderboard until you finish that off, and then you just keep going until the final second of the weekend. Score as many points as you can on the Alliance to hopefully rank and earn the leaderboard points. So looks like Denali Kid with a super chat. Thank you so much. Optimus Rodimus from Twitch. Cool. Okay, good. So yeah, I'm going to have to try to start putting the names together because don't always have the same name in both places. So thanks for letting me know, and thanks for the super chat. And apparently my alerts aren't working, or it's late because Jazz, there he is. Jazz should be dancing on the screen, so there we go. It's just a little behind. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones. And here is a summary of the totalizers. This is the main totalizer. There are prizes all throughout. In fact, the first gold power core chip, I think, is at 1,000 points for the Alliance. So you do earn them along the way, but you have to hit these points to collect all of the available prizes. So by 490,000 points, that's the main event, but there are total spark crystals beyond that up to 1,000,000 points. And again, being a leaderboard, keep fighting past that 1,000,000 points to score as many points as you can. Now, to talk about the character shards, they do come at a few different points. When will you be able to earn enough shards for the 2-star or the 3-star? So I broke this down here. By 35,000 points for your Alliance, you'll get the first 100 shards, which is enough for a 2-star. And then if you keep going, by 280,000 points for the Alliance, that will you all will have earned 600 character shards. That's enough for a 2 and a 3-star. and then it takes you all the way to 490,000 to earn the full 1,500. And I thought I updated that slide where it's actually 400 that comes in at that 385,000 points. So there you go. And leaderboard prizes, they give so many prizes now, I can't even just keep track of a summary slide or whatever. So this is my best I could. Basically, top 5 alliances will get the 4-star Snapdragon. 6 through 100 will get the 3-star Snapdragon, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Basically, the top 10 will get some 5-star shards. 11 through 100 gets 4-star shards. 100 through 300 gets 3-star shards, and then there's varying numbers of character shards, event crystals, total spark crystals, power cores, or premium shards. If you want the full list of everything that you can earn, sign up for the newsletter in the game, because that gives you the full breakdown. And I'm pretty sure it says also in the game once the event is running, but it's just way too much to summarize on a single slide. We'd be here for half an hour just talking about the leaderboard prizes. But let's move on, shall we? If you do get one of the event crystal rewards, you can win. You got I think it's a 25% chance to win one of the 2, 3, or 4-star Snapdragons, and then you also have chances for premium 3-star or 4-star shards. Total spark crystals, if your alliance goes beyond 490,000, it's the same total spark crystals we've seen before. Equal chance to get 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000 combat, combiner, or regular spark. So let's talk about Snapdragon, shall we? As an Autobot and a Decepticon, he does have 2 different bios, like they've done for, I think, Gnaw and Impactor as well. So we saw the bios last week, but I always like to read them on the screen. It's good to see, and then we'll take a look at his abilities right after. Snapdragon has been an outsider from day one, never really comfortable with factions and causes. And though his monstrous appearance and HorrorCon tag given to him but rather than adopted marked him as material for the Decepticon forces, he preferred to feather his own nest as a mercenary for hire. Vain and highly focused on his own well-being and structural integrity, Snapdragon decided that if he was going to risk his precious hide, it was going to be for reward and personal profit rather than any perceived field of combat glory. A triple changer, Snapdragon is an adversary to be reckoned with in any of his 3 forms. Now for his Decepticon profile, Snapdragon cut ties with the Decepticons as soon as he could safely do so, namely by proving his worth to Megatron as an outside and independent contractor first and foremost. Though prone to bouts of animalistic fury and carousels of destruction, what really motivates Snapdragon is the bottom line. What's in it for me? If the price is right, he'll fight alongside Autobots, Decepticons, Quintessons, or anyone for that matter, often at the same time. It's a testament to his skill and sheer combat prowess, as well as his status as a triple changer, that Megatron tolerates Snapdragon's vain and self-interested nature. So, there you go. Now, his abilities. Abilities, because he is a triple changer, means he gets 2 abilities. Check these out. First up is the Fireball. You throw a fireball, setting foes on fire, dealing damage over 10 seconds. Now, you throw this fireball quite a long way, as we'll see in a minute. And, as they've started doing with the triple changers, there's synergy. So after you throw the fireball, you can follow with Mach 3, where you fly over the targets under fire and make them explode, which deals damage in a small area. Pretty cool. And, of course, we learned in the last ability that this one is called Mach 3. You fly to your destination at the speed of sound. Your foe's speed is reduced to 50% along the way for 15 seconds. And if you swipe back across the same path of travel, you can reduce it all the way to 0. But then, once you've got them already slowed down, follow with a fireball and deal damage for over 10 seconds to targets under that 50% speed reduction, and double damage to targets at 0 speed. So that says to me the best way to use Snapdragon's abilities would probably be to swipe out with Mach 3 first, swipe back, and then shoot a fireball. We'll see. Also, the new next 5-star batch, which we heard about a couple weeks ago, that is coming tomorrow, April 1st. If you're watching the replay tomorrow on April 1st, it is actually coming. In fact, all of these changes, except for Snapdragon, which comes in the leaderboard this weekend, all of these other changes that we're going to be talking about comes tomorrow, Thursday, April 1st. Usually happens right around 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern time. Right about the time that they usually do the official stream. In fact, I think they are streaming. So yeah, it always comes right about that time. So, just in summary, the next 5-star batch it's Swoop and Scourge, Impactor, who is the mercenary, Blot and Rook, Sea Spray and Octopunch and Bumblebee and Scrap Gnome. Now this is a pretty good batch, and it was improved a little bit, as we'll find out here in a moment. Bot updates. Impactor, his ability cost is now 5 for the first use, and then it increases by 2 for additional uses for all-star ratings. And it was currently 6 for the first one, and then increased by 2. So they lowered the initial cost a little bit. For the 5-star, the laser damage is now increased by 2% every time he gets hit. It is 1% for the other star rating, so that is the 5-star bonus. And he can now also equip the melee combat bot. So this is a good move that I see them looks like they might be starting to do. Special bots often are locked out of gunner-specific or warrior-specific type of combat bots or power cores. They don't say anything about power cores, but at least melee combat bots, to me, that would be like the Taraxodon, Pterodactyl, Lionizer, Catgut, things like that. So that makes me think there may be more changes for some other bots along those lines, and that would be very, very welcome. I've been saying all along, I would love to be putting some like gunner cores on some gunner type of special bots, and same thing with some warrior type of special class bots. So hopefully we'll be seeing that coming soon. Also in the 5-star batch, Bumblebee and Scrapno get some updates. The EMP and damage over time effect of their ability has been increased by 2 seconds. Their walking speed has been reduced in an effort to improve their survivability, because they are fast little suckers. Their speed was a 3, and it's been reduced to 2.7. So they're still pretty quick, but not quite as quick. The ability grenade throwing range has been increased to match the range of the ability, because even though you could throw it a certain distance, he couldn't quite. The range was a certain distance. He couldn't quite throw it all the way to the edge of the range, so he'd have to transform and drive or walk to be able to reach that. So now they've basically made it match to where they can just transform and toss it, and then not have to actually drive anywhere. Also, the ability damage now gradually scales from 33 to 66% from level 1 to 11. And a level 11 also now allows the EMP effect to spread if one of the targets is destroyed. So that's pretty cool. I've always liked Bumblebee. I thought he was very useful. He is on my raid squad, and looking forward to the improvements for sure for my 4-star, and I would be very happy to see him as a 5-star as well. So that was the updates for the 2 that were 5 stars, but quite a few more actually got updates too. I think a lot of people will be happy about this one. Ironhide and Bludgeon, they're one of the first bots that you get, but very quickly they become irrelevant, really. But they're getting a new ability, and I kind of like this one. It's called the Electromagnetic Charge, and we've got another slide here that talks a little bit more about it. It's even got a whole new symbol. Damage, and so we'll talk more about that, but also updates. Damage for passing through walls is also higher than their previous ability, so they do more damage to walls. And they also will have an increase in health points for all star levels and ratings. So now they're going to be a little bit beefier and can absorb more damage. That's also good. And their ability 11, the EMP is extended to a small area around the final target. That goes along with the new ability, because there was no EMP before, but ability 11 goes along with this new ability, and it's kind of like an area of effect at the final target. So this new ability is called Electromagnetic Charge, and there is your icon there. It's a wheel with some lightning bolts. You put on a shield that blocks 80% damage for several seconds and rush into combat, damaging walls, which I think was pretty much what they already did, but now it also leaves an electromagnetic pulse behind. Think Star Saber and Deathsaurus, but not quite such a wide swath. That's kind of what I saw. They do have these new abilities in the test server, so we can take a look at them again. But that's the best way I can describe it. It's kind of like a Star Saber, Deathsaurus, but not quite as wide. And affected targets are disabled for several seconds, and the shield, they also add a taunt, so they attract their defenses. So very cool. New updates. I think everybody's going to be pulling their Ironhide and their Bludgeon out of storage to give them some runs this weekend. Up next, you've got the bots. These are the ones that basically leave the fire trail behind you. Pyromagnet and Bone Crusher, Slug, and Rampage. Their fire rush cost will be reduced from 4 to 3. And they'll have an increased range. And also receive that same 80% shield for several seconds and attract defenses that Ironhide and Bludgeon have. So pretty cool. Not a huge wholesale change like the other guys, but still little bit of an improvement. Next up, Jumpstream and Scrapper. Defensive Rush will now become Shield Rush In. The shield they apply to themselves absorbs 90% of the damage, where it was only 80% previously, and so they're practically almost vulnerable during the time that shield is up. And the ability range is also increased, and it also now does damage to walls and buildings along the way. It did not do that previously, if I remember. And apparently their health did not match across the factions. Scrapper was a little bit lower, so they're bumping him up to so they're 100% equal. So that's good updates. Pipes and Headstrong, they also get a new ability because they used to have that same defensive shield or the defensive rush as Jumpstream and Scrapper. So now they're actually going to get their own special ability called the Corrosive Charge. Compared to the defensive rush, Corrosive Charge also has a longer range. It costs 1 ability point less and deals damage to walls and buildings along the way. Pipe's health has been increased, and then Headstrong's damage has been increased. So now the two match. The Corrosive Charge looks like this. It looks very much like the Fire Rush, except it's green, because that's basically what it is. It's kind of like the same as the Fire Rush, except they leave acid behind instead of fire. But they're putting on a shield that blocks 80% damage, and they also deals damage and also causes a 20% speed reduction. So that's a little bit different than the fire. It looks and works very much the same. Got a few more still. Sideswipe and Off-Road. The Shattering Charge, that's like the Glass Gas Charge. It has a longer range, it deals more damage to buildings along the way, and its cost has also been reduced. So a lot of these changes are very similar because they are all very similar abilities. And again, we're evening things out. Sideswipe has increased health points, and Off-Road's health points and damage have also been increased. I'm certain it's to match them together. And I think this is the last one. Grimlock and Razor Claw. Their ability to deal more damage to walls and buildings as they rush through. Their ability deals more damage to walls and buildings as they rush through. So they already damaged walls and buildings. So now they do more damage. And the shield that they generate by their G1 power core now absorbs 40% of the damage instead of 20%. So not quite as much as they've done previously. But still, it is a little bit of an improvement. Alright. And that's basically it for the news. So just a reminder, if you're happening to watch the replay, we are streaming on YouTube now. This used to be the slide where I would tell everybody to go to Twitch to go live. But no, we're staying on YouTube. We're streaming on YouTube, and the replays all stay here. It's just all on YouTube now. You guys know how it works. But yeah, so youtube.com/engineerhoist. Go ahead and if you like this and you want to come back, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notifications. Choose all. That's a big thing. A lot of people say they don't get the notifications. When you hit the bell, make sure you choose all, because if you don't choose that, they might not send you a notification that I post a video or go live. I also added channel memberships on the channel, so if you hit that little join button, it gives you an opportunity to have some special emojis that you can use in the chat. It also highlights your name in green so that I can see that you're a member, and maybe not on the screen right down here, but like in the actual YouTube chat, it'll do all of that. And as you saw earlier, super chats are also available if you are in a position that you can support the stream. If not, I'm still going to be here, and you can still watch, and we can still have a good time. If you want anything more, swing by Instagram and Twitter at Engineer Hoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. And that brings us back around to the title slide. So how about... Well, first thing, I almost forgot, Snapdragon. Here he is in toy form. We saw him last week too, so the Snapdragon that we're getting in the game is based entirely on this Earthrise model of Snapdragon. Yes, indeed, it has the Decepticon symbols there, but the Hasbro asked for them to be mercenary, and we did see when we first heard about Snapdragon that he was originally revealed at a toy fair on a mercenary slide with Double Dealer, so it's interesting with that. Sarah T, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Yeah, so that's Snapdragon, and the alt modes for him are very much just like they are in the toy. So I mean, they did a great job, but they always do. All of the characters that are in the game that are based on actual toys, not all of them are, but most of them are. They look just like it. So yeah. Brandon Road Choice back on YouTube. Fun times. Yes, indeed. All right, so we said we were going to look at Snapdragon in the game, and we're going to do that. So let's head over there, and let me make sure I put this on. So anybody who's watching says, well, look at all those resources you have. How do you have Snapdragon first or whatever? It's look right there. Test server. This is not live. This is for testing, for showing off on stream. That's what this is about. Most of you guys know it, but I still get comments like, how did you get that? It's because it's a test. Okay, you got it? Let's go. Let's go take a look at him in the chat. That's also why there's a billion 5-star bots I have on here. So there is Snapdragon. So you can see he looks just like the toy that I just showed you there, except he's got those nice little mercenary symbols on his chest. I actually kind of want some mercenary stickers for myself to put on my own toy and add him to my mercenary squad, along with Double Dealer and all of them. So here we go. We'll give him the first transformation, and this is why he has the dragon in his name. And you know, for the longest time, it never really occurred to me that this is supposed to be a dragon, even though his name is Snapdragon. Oh, look at that. He sounds like Grimlock. And he's not a headmaster in the game, but if you look closely in the toy, you can actually see his bottom jaw, which comes through his snout, actually. Those are the legs of his headmaster. So even though he doesn't actually have that feature in the game here, they did still create that in his model. So that's pretty cool. And one more transformation. He is his jet, and this is a nice looking jet. That one that Ape Face has, we don't have Ape Face in the game yet, but he's also his fellow Horrorcon. The Ape Face's jet mode is not a very good looking jet, but Snapdragon, man, that's a good looking jet. That's a good looking jet. All right, so there we go. I've already queued up a squad.
Roll out.
Roar. Yeah, right. Alright, so I already queued up a squad. We've got Snapdragon, Ironhide Pipes, Impactor, Bumblebee. That's actually Grimlock growling right there because he's just a noisy Dinobot. So I didn't quite get everybody because they can only get somebody on a spot, but we'll go ahead and go on through and we'll try to take a look at these one at a time. I did run through with Snapdragon a few times. I will tell you, he does a fair amount of damage, but I don't really think he's solo material. But we'll go ahead and take a look at him. We'll drop him right here.
Deploy.
And so you can see the range he has is actually quite a bit. So we'll let him maybe walk a little bit closer. Now, okay, so let's go ahead and target that beam laser back there. This is the Mach 1, so that reduced everything by 50% there. And let's come on back down this way. So some of those will actually be 0. And we'll hit the fireball heading back out that same way as well. Boom. Quite a bit of range on that. So let's see what else we can do. Let's send a fireball off over by this mortar and beam laser over here. And then follow with the Mach 1 so we can see how all that works. Boom. Now keep in mind that this is a fairly high level Snapdragon. I think he's like a level 60 something. But see, now I'm out of ability points and there's still quite a bit of stuff left that can really tear him up. And that cannon just knocked him off. Oh, is he going to make it? He actually did manage to solo this Zone 12 base. But, barely. Look, he's only got a sliver of health left. See, level 61, I think he's level 8 or 10 ability. So he's a pretty high level and just barely managed to get a Zone 12 by himself.
Autobots, roll out.
So, still, really, really good. So let's actually go take a look at that. So level 10 ability, level 61 bot, no power core, no combat bot or anything like that. We hear you, Grimlock. Okay, so let's go back in here and take a look at... We're going to go visit Blurk 3. It's the same base because on the test server there's not a lot of live accounts, so we get a lot of the system generated accounts. Most of the people on the test server are Zone 15, 14, maybe some 13s. Not a lot of, so you generally get the same base in Zone 12. Maybe next time we'll go Zone 13. Okay, so you got Ironhide here. I happen to have a G1 Ironhide core on him, but there's the electromagnetic charge. And so we'll drop him, and we'll also drop Pipes at the same time. And so he's got the corrosive charge on there too, so we'll drop... Oops, I dropped Snapdragon too, so that's fine, he can come. So let's send Ironhide. The range is still a little short, but we'll go over to the missile launcher there. So you can see there he goes. So he's kind of got the same kind of effect as Star Saber and Death Saurus. Doesn't quite last as long, doesn't do quite as much damage. And here goes Pipes with his corrosive charge. Again, very similar to the fire. We're still doing some pretty good damage there. It's not super overpowered. Where clearly they've gone and taken a couple of passes across his base and haven't taken anything out fully. You got to take 2 or 3 passes and still do a little bit of fighting, and then still maybe not totally have everything gone. But it's better than what it was, where it didn't really do much at all, except for like at the final target. So it's still a good increase. And I guess we'll just, it's a test account, doesn't matter. So I'll just back out of that, and we'll reset and take a few more people in there. Monkey Man says nose cone is only good for drilling through walls to get through Unicron. Yes, that's all he did. That's all he's good for. Unicron's room agrees.
Roll out.
Okay, so we'll try Zone 13 this time. Maybe we'll get a different base. I'm thinking we will. That's a strong Zone 13. Alright, well, Bumblebee's just a little baby. I didn't have him on. I don't play this account very much, and I didn't. So he's not the same level as my usual one. So he's only just like level 11. But so you got Jump Stream there, Shield Rush in, and Pyro Magna. It's very similar. It's got the Fire Rush, but throws up a shield now. So we'll go ahead and drop everybody and see how we can do. Probably not very well. You probably need more than just warriors. Actually, you know, this looks just like the same base that we just had, except it's the except it's been leveled up. So this is probably not a live account. Well, you know what I mean, like an actual test player. And so you can see there, the impactor is 5 to start instead of the 6.
Abilities ready.
A lot of business going on here.
Abilities ready.
Looks like Snapdragon fell. Ranger Roach is saying warrior team with Trax when Trax was just released was a thing. Turns out 80% damage reduction is good. Yeah, they're having a little trouble getting through the walls. I'll use a Krenzik there. Can Ironhide do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? He's trying. Oh, he didn't quite make it.
Freedom and justice will prevail.
Freedom and justice will prevail, but not this time. They need nose cone. The problem is nose cone's not even that's his one job, and he's not even good at it. Oh yeah, definitely too many tanks. That is not a squad that you would normally take in there. I just put them on there because they're the ones who got the update. So yeah, definitely a oof. He was so close though. Give him like 2 more seconds, he might have actually made it. Yeah.
Autobots, roll out.
Agony watching Ironhide take out of headquarters. Yes, indeed. Didn't quite make it. See, Bumblebee didn't help at all because he's just like baby Bumblebee. Who else did we say got updates? Oh, we hear you, Grimlock. I forgot already. Who got an update that we didn't have on there? Slug, but that's kind of the same as Pyra Magna. Oh goodness, Grimlock. Oh man. Yeah, so there you go. Sideswipe, that was the one. That was the one. I knew there was somebody else.
Roll out.
Sideswipe. You know what? I don't have Sideswipe on this account. That's why he didn't get on there. Oh, there's Grimlock again. I might have a 3-star Sideswipe, so he's gonna be no help in Zone 13. Yeah, I just got like a little 3-star Sideswipe. But he did get the improvement, but he's not gonna be any help in Zone 13. So let's go back to Zone 12 and just have fun destroying it. Well, all the roars in the chat. Normally, I would say that don't spam, but you're just repeating what Grimlock was saying. So, in this context, I'll allow it. Yeah. So here we go. Purple Tick is their alliance for this one.
Now, reap the whirlwind.
Such short ranges. You get spoiled when you use Snapdragon and you go to these guys, they got just such tiny ranges. Should have probably led with Sideswipe. Do that this time. Send Sideswipe and then the Corrosive Charge. Fireball. And then Mach 3 over there. Yeah, so they handled that much better.
Well done.
Okay, so let's see. What do you guys say in here? Put 4-star Rook, 6510. That's nice. Swoop is the best. Impactor looks okay. Oh, here's a Swoop is weak. Sea Spray is the best 5-star. What do you mean? Yeah, now I like the improvement. They didn't do any improvements on Sea Spray recently, but they did improve him not too long ago when the Ability 11 came out, and so I think that's why we didn't see anything for Sea Spray. But even before 5-star or whatever, I like the improvements to Sea Spray. I don't really use him much because he's sitting there in line for the research lab. But if he was available for me to use, I would be using him. So let's see. Sunstreaker was saying he's out of this new batch. He's looking for Rook, Bumblebee, or Sea Spray, as opposed to Impactor or Swoop. Pikachu, not the bird. The bird, by the way, is Swoop. We see him terrified of the bird in our Discord. Speaking of which, where thought I had the. Is that gonna work? I I had some buttons set up to do that. Yes, it actually worked. I haven't done that in a while. So there's a link to the Discord I just threw in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. If you happen to be watching the replay, you can head on over there. We talk about the toys as they come out. I do giveaways, although for anybody who is asking about it, I forgot to set them up tonight. I'll get them as soon as we're done with the stream. So usually right around stream night, I'll set up some giveaways for random loot links where you can win any of the various sparks or some premium crystals. And yeah, so we do that about once a week. Give out a few links. So you just need to join up on the Discord over there for that. So I think that's a good showcase of those guys. We're going to lose the music here for a second because I'm going to switch accounts over to my regular account because we gotta do some crystal cracking. Had a few premium crystals and I think a gold core from the last event. Plus, I did get another 6-gun bundle. I was looking to see what kind of bundles they had throughout the week, but every time I checked, it was like 3 or 4 different times I checked. It was just 6-gun, 6-gun, 6-gun. So I'm thinking maybe that's a sign. Maybe we'll be seeing some 6-gun action tonight. Maybe. Probably Dupe City 6-gun. That's almost guaranteed. So yeah, looks like we're back on that. So let's go crack some crystals here. the bird is the word. The bird. Oh man. Yeah. So we've got a gold chip. We got a Decepticon 3-star crystal. We got 18 premium crystals and 20 6-gun crystals. Go ahead, open this gold chip. It's nice opening gold chips, you know, because you can see the lights actually light up to 4, like you're getting a 4-star. Unfortunately, it's just a gold chip, but still, it's nice to see those lights light up every now and then, when especially if you've been on a dry spell. Decepticon 3-star crystal begins our trek into Dupe City. And we'll go through some premium crystals here. Got a blaster coming at you. And there's some gold fire action. Yeah, 6-gun is a monster, says Philip Martin. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of going after him. The nice thing is, if you do get the bundles, like they offer me the $40 bundle, it gives you like 1,000 of the character shards. So, I mean, if you just keep doing that, if you're not lucky enough to hit the crystals, eventually the character shards add up. So, Srikawaza's got a nice condo in Dupe City. Dude, I've got a mansion. Well, considering how many 5-star bots you have compared to me, you've probably got a bigger house than me in Dupe City. Nice gold core from the 2-star, and that's a building death pulse. Is that one of the build bots? I think maybe. I haven't gotten that one before. Big Bronze Rooms on the city council. Okay, who's going to claim mayorship of the of Dupe City? Somebody around here's got to be the mayor of Dupe City. It's probably Skywarp Greer, because he's the one who sells the shirts. Okay, we're going to do these last 10 all in one batch. Got a 3-star tracks there. Who's got the most 5 stars? Well, not me. Okay, there's 6-gun. We haven't even got to his crystals yet. He's already showing up. Alright, so not much out of there. Nothing really great about power cores. Did get a silver version of that Death Pulse there. Alright, so 10 at a time, 6-gun crystals. Here we go. El Taku J, the hobo in Duke City. He's starting off to sideswipe in the snarl now. Pipes. Hey, there's Sunstreaker. You are in Dupe City. Monkey Prime. Punch. There's 6-gun finally. Saw Double Dealer go by there. There's Hound. Yeah, not a whole lot to get excited about out of that set. Yeah, nothing really great on the power core side either. And the last 10 chances for 6-gun. Let's see how we do. Are they gonna light up? Or are we just gonna stay in Dupe City? I think all this chat in Dupe City has just not been helping my chances at all. Big 6-gun's one of the harder ones to get anyway. As it is.
Deploy.
Oh, you got a 3-star there. Already had that one. There's Ultra Magnus. There's another 6-gun.
Deploy.
Rhinox. His 4-star's been elusive as well. But I don't really care about that one so much anymore because I'm loving that 5-star Rhinox. Got a couple of 3-stars out of that one, 3 of them. Still, the search for 6-gun continues. And still all just silver cores. Wonderful. Oh, it says we got, we can get more. I'm pretty sure one of these is going to be a free crystal. And, 3-star crystal, I do those on the Decepticon side because I can't, there's no Autobots for me to get. There are some Decepticons for me to get, but the Decepticons are squarely in Dupe City as well. So it's still a pretty good chance of getting the 4-star shards from the duplicate. For anybody who might think that's the better way to go. So, if not, maybe I'll get a new bot. Nope, staying in Dupe City tonight. It's Rodimus Unicronus. Gets us just some more not so spectacular power cores. And yeah, so that's basically it for the crystals anyway. Monkey Man says you ain't getting 6-gun because guns aren't friendly. You get a dupe. You get a dupe. Everybody gets dupes. That's how we roll in Dupe City. Oh. Let's see. William Wilkinson's asking, how do you use headphones as a microphone on an iPhone for YouTube? Well, that's not what I'm doing here. The iPhone is, it's just plugged into my computer. I got a Mac, and I've got a whole nother microphone plugged into there. You could do that. Like if you have, like, say, the AirBuds or even one of the normal headphones that comes with the iPhone that you plug in, it's got the little microphone there that you use for calls. That still counts as a microphone. So if you use the screen recording feature on your iPhone, that all still works as a microphone. I don't think you can stream to YouTube from an iPhone, or if you can, I just don't know how. But you can definitely record videos, and if you want better audio, use the headphones that have the microphone built in either the wired ones that come with the phone, or if you have AirPods or something, or any other kind of Bluetooth wireless headphones that have a microphone in there that you can, if you can use it for a call, you can use it as a microphone to record videos on your phone. Yeah. All right, so that's basically it for the news stream, and this is the point where if we were on Twitch, I would do my little sign off, stop the recording, and then that would be what goes and gets posted back over to YouTube. But we're on YouTube. I still haven't quite figured out what I want to do for keeping it down. Kind of trying to cut it down, or how do we do the whole after show kind of a thing. I still haven't figured that out. So for tonight, we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to keep rolling, my friends. That's what we're going to do. We'll just keep hanging out. We'll keep chatting. But for all intents and purposes, if you're just here for Transformers Earth Wars, the typical news stream, we're done. Keep rolling, my friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. That kind of stuff. But if you want to hang out and keep chatting, the chat, we go wherever the chat takes us. I do have some toys to show off, and we can keep talking about Earth Wars. It's not like we can't talk about it. Oftentimes we do keep talking about it a lot, as most of you guys who are regulars know. So Sarah comes in and says it's dupes or nothing. Space Ape says anyone that spends understands. Yeah, that's how I am. It's like, is it disappointing to just get all dupes and not what you want? Sure it is. But you gotta know, you're going, every set of crystals that you open is going to be primarily duplicates, unless you're absolutely first day brand new to the game. You're gonna get more new bots than you would somebody who's been playing for a while and has got a very good collection, but you're still gonna get duplicates. As soon as you have one bot in your inventory, you're open for duplicates. I mean, that would be pretty crazy if you open your first crystal and it's like a duplicate of a bot that you earned from the tutorial. I don't think that's even possible. But not too long. I mean, as soon as you open a single premium crystal, you're going to get a 2, a 3, or a 4-star bot, and the next premium crystal you open could very easily be a duplicate of the one that you just opened. I think the odds of that are pretty low, but it's not zero. So let's see. Okay, so at this point in the show, I usually talk about my new acquisitions. Clearly that guy's been hanging around for a couple of weeks. I haven't done much with him since I've done the transformation, but I just, every time I walk past this room, I'm just like, oh, look at that Unicron, because he commands the presence. But I still keep getting stuff in. Last time I was out at the store, managed to find Inferno, Kingdom Inferno. This is not the Inferno I thought we were going to get from a line centered mostly around Beast Wars, but hey, I'll take it because I do like this Inferno. Kind of wished a lot of his parts, like his ladder and his little head wings and all that, were more of a white plastic, because that's typically what they are as opposed to the silver, but that's okay. The wings I'd prefer to be white more than the ladder. Ladder I'm okay with it being silver, but these I'd more prefer to be white. Paint or something like that wouldn't be too difficult to apply. But yeah, he's based. He's the Inferno that you would expect. Basically the same guy as Grapple. I mean, these guys go together. I mean, if you see Grapple or Inferno, you got a pretty good bet that the other one's coming. Kind of like Hoisted Trailbreaker or Prowl or any of the Datsun cars or stuff like that. So, Grapple here was enhanced with the Toy Hacks labels, of course. But so they do have some differences, like obviously the whole head wings and the spot where you can plug in his little nozzle are different. So this whole, and the head, even this whole head area, you know, basically the whole head area and all that is completely new. Pretty much everything else is about the same. He does come with these little hoses that are, you know, it's just the 5mm port you can plug in. I think the gun might be different. I'm not sure. I don't have Grapple's gun with me, but they've both got the same little gun hand. They typically are on opposite hands, which is how I have them displayed. So yeah, so I got him. Found him when I was out at the store, and this other guy came in from a pre-order. Scourge, the Tracker. Yes, Studio Series Scourge. Oh, so nice, this guy. He's got a nice little blast effect there. But yeah, really good, really good. Transformation, he's very much a shell former, much like his boss back there. But that you kind of get that. I mean, some Transformers have alt modes that there's really no way around being a shell former. If you want to have a nice stylized body like this, or like RC is another good one, but you want to have him turn into a flying bar of soap with smooth curves and stuff like that, you kind of gotta really Space Boat says PB2. Yeah, you really do have to kind of go the shell former route. But I have no problem with that, because it looks good. It looks good in bot mode. Looks good in alt mode. Then it's a win. You know, and the transformation's not terrible either. He kind of does almost just kind of lie down and, you know, stand at attention. His head does kind of do some weird stuff. It ends up all the way kind of like back by his feet, because this is like the back of the boat and this is the front of the boat, as you might tell from there. So his head ends up like kind of back here down by his ankles. So, and there is a way to the head doesn't just like pop up, but there is a way to display him where he does have his head out, like that. You want me to gut Ultra Magnus? You know, line from the movie. So there is a way to do that. So he has a mustache and he has a goatee, like a double Fu Manchu type of goatee. Now, if you do get this, I did see if you're not careful, the little prongs of his beard could snap off. So if you're not careful with that, so if you do get this figure, just kind of watch out for that. Mine are fine. Luckily, I saw that before I got the figure, but it can happen. So yeah, so those are the two new figures, and I showed this guy off last week, I think, but I showed him off in his beast form, and I've got him here for you in his robot form. Yes, this is Beast Wars Megatron. So there he is. There's his dino head hand. I kind of wish this you had a little rotation below the elbow, because you're kind of locked into, if you want to have this work as like a normal arm, his head's upside down. So I kind of wish he had a rotation below the elbow, and if he does, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. You know, you can get it a little bit this way, but then it's kind of awkward looking. So I kind of wish you had like one more swivel just past. You know, you can kind of see where it's swiveling right there. I kind of wish I had another little swivel past this hinge, but it's still good. It's still good. I still highly recommend this if you're into the Beast Wars and stuff like that. And he does have like a little port in there. Here, let me steal this blast effect from Scourge over here. So you can have it to where he's well, it's purple, so it's kind of like he's sticking his tongue out here, but it's supposed to be like he's shooting something at you. So you do have that availability for you. It's just a big purple Tyrannosaur going, nah. Nah. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, you know what I totally forgot to put in the news? And it's fine because it was kind of just an aside. New combat bots are coming. That's basically all it said. Red Heat and Bomb Shock are going to be the new combat bots. Totally forgot to add a slide for those guys. But yeah, Red Heat and Bomb Shock, that's all we know. We saw a picture of them, and here's their military patrol and rescue patrol. Red Heat and Bomb Shock. So we'll see more of these guys, I'm sure, next week. The Dino Head bites Megs in his sleep. Big Bronzerin got his Unicron in. He says, "I still don't know where I'm going to put Unicron." I hear that from a lot of people. Still don't know where they're going to put Unicron. I don't know exactly. I know I had that. You know, I cleared the space for him there, and I plan to put him into some kind of a display along the wall, but I don't have an exact spot for him. But yeah, I know there's been quite a few posts I've seen on Facebook out there. People just, okay, I got him, great. No idea where he's gonna go. And you know, that was me for like better for all but basically the last couple of months. You know, just sitting there. I've got no space at all. Then right around the new year, I had a little bit of time off, so I rearranged this room and try to put some things away. I'm still in the process of trying to put things away. There's just so much here. First world problems, I know, but let's see. Grant Galvatron says check Discord. Ooh, cool. If y'all didn't know, Grant Galvatron is a resident embroiderer and is working on Snapdragon and shared a picture. Let me just go and make sure I get that. It doesn't always remember where I'm at, so let me get over there. I'm working on it here. There we go. Boom. There we go. Looking good. Looking really good. Let's get Snapdragon up there close. Maybe that's probably about the limit. So yeah, looking real good. Got the red visor and the purple mouth plate. Yeah. I'm liking it. Well done. Well done, Grand Galvatron. Oktar says about Unicron, if you don't have the room hanging like a chandelier. No. I would be a nervous wreck. I would. Yeah, maybe hang him like a chandelier, but like with like industrial anchor chain, because I mean the dude's heavy. The dude's heavy. You're more liable to take down the whole ceiling. You know what to do? You go get one of those like mobile heavy bag stands, you know, like for boxing or whatever. Yeah, it's like the big heavy duty square pipe that you hang a bag from. That's what you need to hang Unicron from. But that takes up quite a bit of space too. So forgot to switch over to the big camera there. Make him a disco ball. That would be funny. That's Unicron's night job. Yeah, when he's not out just being the world destroyer and eating planets, he's a disco ball at the nightclub of the Eternals or whatever. I don't know. Oh man. I have not read the most recent chapter. I caught up a couple weeks ago. So if you've written anything like within the last couple weeks, I haven't seen that. But I did get caught up. Just not since you added new stuff. I did like how he went off on the searching off for all the different people that worked on him and made his way to Florida and went off to one of the telescopes, and I think that little underground base in Florida was, I think that was the last bit that I read. That was pretty good. I did not get your good news, Optimus Rodimus, aka Denali Kid. Lay it on us. Put the Matrix inside the planet mode on Unicron to make him light up, but he explodes. I've been trying that. I mean, Hot Rod's been sitting here holding this Matrix this whole time right in front of Unicron, and Unicron's... Yeah, I think that's why he's shaking his fist at him. Because he's like, "Why? How dare you have him there with that thing?" So, maybe maybe when the Commander Class Rodimus Prime gets here, maybe that's going to be the trick. I get LED as in unicorn. I was Unicron's eyes. Where, yeah, that would be cool. That would have been one of the neat things. I'm not usually one for like light up features, so I'm fine with it. But it would have been cool to have lights in his eyes. I mean, even that old Armada one had lights in the eyes. I have seen some people do it, and it looks pretty cool. The problem though is this whole piece is transparent. The whole face piece is transparent. I don't know if you'll be able to, if you can see that, but it's just painted transparent. So any LEDs that you put in there to come through the eyes ends up coming through the rest of the face too. So it probably doesn't look as good as it could, but I mean, it's still cool. It's still cool. I mean, obviously, this is the beat up one, so it's got holes all over the place, so that the light would come through that too. But you know, even the other ones all transparent, translucent, or for the MGO fans, transparent. I think SpaceX in the next mission put a Unicron head in orbit. Why not? They put a Tesla car up there. I don't think they put the car in orbit. They actually sent the car hurtling away from the planet. But yeah, they did launch the car. What they call him, Starman. I gotta say, that's some pretty good advertising in your company synergy. So, and there have been people that send things up. Like, there was a Buzz Lightyear figure went up and spent some time up on the International Space Station a bunch of years ago. There was somebody built a Lego space shuttle, and I think some like other Lego space toys, and put them on like a big weather balloon and sent them off to the edge of space. In fact, that's my my screensaver at work on my work computer. Is I took a still shot of that Lego space shuttle in space. So So it wouldn't be completely out of the realm to send a Unicron head up there. Although, I mean, that would be kind of an expensive thing to buy a $600 retail, much higher, secondhand toy, just to send a key component of it to space. But it would be cool, Still, would be neat to see. That's what Photoshop's for. Just take a picture of the head on a green screen, find a picture of space. There you go. There's your Unicron head in space. Okay, so the good news. It's already scrolled off the chat, but I still see it over here. The good news is 4-star Sludge, 4-star Blaster, 4-star Lockdown, 4-star Breakdown, 4-star Scrapper, and 4-star Fellbat. That's crazy good news. Congrats, man. William Wilkinson saying moved from a 3-bedroom condo to a 1-bedroom apartment and got a lot of stuff to store somewhere, but it won't fit in the apartment. Yeah, I feel you. That's kind of why I'm already trying to downsize. Not that I have any plans to have to downsize my house, but it's just even at the current space that I have, it's overrun. It's overrun. I need to thin the collection a little bit. Oh, thinking too small. You want a life-size model of Unicron. Oh, okay, my bad. Well, just try to get an army of 3D printers together so they can build some parts. Yeah, maybe next time the humankind builds a space station, maybe we'll try to do a write-in campaign to convince them to at least make it a shape that resembles Unicron's head. Yeah, it's interesting because the write-in campaigns actually can work in a way. I remember many years ago, they were I forget exactly what it was, but they were setting up another module of the space station, and they wanted to know what to name it. So, in their infinite wisdom, they put out, hey, you, the fans of NASA and all of this, help us name our new module. So naturally, a lot of you get a lot of the inspirational types of names or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if you guys probably aware of Stephen Colbert. He does the CBS Late Show. But this was before he had that. This is back when he was on like the Colbert Report on Comedy Central. He actually got people to go and write in answers, and his name actually won. So if they actually went by the actual winner of the vote, the module in the space station should have been named after him. They didn't do that. They took the next one that's actually like not a joke. But they did actually name something after him, the treadmill up there on the International Space Station. I know this because it was I happened to be there and I happened to watch the show or whatever. And for whatever reason, I actually they used it, and they named it that way by making an acronym. It was the Combined Operational Load-Bearing External Resistance Treadmill, and it spelled out Colbert. I think I remember it just because I was like, that is so clever that they went and did all that. And they actually did make a patch briefly for that, and it kind of had his face on it or whatever, and then they said, whoa, I never gave you permission to do that, so they had to kind of cut that off, so they didn't sell many of them, but I got one. So writing campaigns can actually work to a point. I don't know if Unicron would actually sway anybody, but never hurts to try. Let's see. Oktar says driving down to the villages to the parents tomorrow, and then Disney. Gotta get in Kong versus Godzilla. Have a good one. PB2, thoughts on your Minecraft Lyo Kaiser? That's amazing what you can do. I've not played one single second of Minecraft, so just because I know I wouldn't be able to make much leeway in there, but it does look pretty cool. And a lot of people make some really impressive stuff, and you're one of the people who makes impressive stuff. Made the entire squad, and then Lyo Kaiser. And what are you working on? The combat bots now, I think. So that's pretty impressive. I'm really impressed. Good work. Taking the kids to Disney in June? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I still enjoy going to Disney. I mean, I've been there. I've been there a bunch. I used to work there on 3 different occasions, I think. So, but yeah, I still enjoy going there. I've had annual passes for the past few years now. So. Still need to get to the, what you call it, the Star Wars land. What do you call it? Galaxy's Edge, Batu, and go make my. Still got to make an appointment, get over there, and go make a lightsaber. Still haven't done that. Problem is, you have to make reservations to get in. And they only let in so many annual pass holders, because if they just left it unlimited, nobody else would be able to get in except annual pass holders. So it's not always easy to get in to the Hollywood studios where that is, and then it's also not super easy to get a reservation for the lightsaber, and that you actually have to pay up front. So it's been tough with those restrictions for right now to get over there and get in there and do that. So so I'm not really in a super rush to get over there. It is really cool. I haven't been on Rise of the Resistance yet either, but I did get on Smuggler's Run, the Millennium Falcon ride. That was fun. That was fun. But I haven't been on Rise of the Resistance. But I mean, just the whole general place is fun. But let me tell you, if you really want an interactive experience, I don't know if you know this, but if you get it's called like Play Disney. I know it's on the iPhone. I'm pretty sure it's on Android, but it's called like Play Disney. And when you're actually there at Galaxy's Edge, you can open up that app, and there's like interactive stuff you can do. You can do tasks for the Resistance or the Empire, or just for the I think they call it the Scoundrels. And it's almost like you're having like it's pretty scripted, and but it's almost like you're having communications, like text communications, and they can say, hey, go find this and you're in a certain area, and say go scan these boxes to find this weapons shipment. So you go over to those boxes, and they have like little QR codes on there. So you hold up your phone and you'll scan and say, nope, that's not it. So then you go scan another one and say, yep, that's it. And then you can earn certain points or whatever. And you can hack droids that are around there. You can go, and so you go and you play like a little match game or something like that. And when you go do that, it'll actually beep 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 or whatever. You can hack an X-wing. You can hack an Imperial craft. It's a lot of fun. So definitely, when you're there, go check that out. I'm never there long enough with somebody who's willing enough I managed to get some in, so she's pretty patient with me, but I don't want to just delay things too much to really get super into it. But I have done a few things here and there, so it's definitely a lot of fun. So. And if you find yourself, and beyond that, if you're waiting in a line for like a ride that's pretty long, they have different things you can do in that app too. So I'm like, if you're sitting there bored, you can play like a trivia game or something, something to keep you and the kiddos or whoever you're with a little bit occupied. So. Yeah, the Transformers ride's pretty cool. Yeah, too bad it's all Bay first, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Gotta say though, I mean, I like that it was Transformers and it's fun or whatever, but you know, I've been on that ride before. It's called Spider-Man, because you know it's the same type of ride. The ride itself is nothing new. It's a same type of ride you've been on a bunch of different times. It's just this particular one has Transformers. It's based around Transformers as opposed to other stuff. Still fun. Still fun. I mean, it's Transformers, of course. And let me just say, except for the, what do they call it? Evac is the, which is basically a Transformer figure of the ride vehicle, which you can only get it at Universal Studios. Except for that one, don't buy Transformers at Universal Studios because you're buying them at souvenir prices, not actual reasonable prices. I mean, they're gonna charge you like $40 for a deluxe figure, $100 for maybe a Voyager class. I don't know. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but not much. It's pretty ridiculous. So I did get the evac figure, which is pretty cool. Pretty standard Bayformers figure, but I mean, he turns into the ride vehicle, so you can only get it there. They might sell it at like Universal Studios gift shops at the airport. I can't remember, but otherwise, nah, don't buy them there. Those are souvenir prices, and they're usually like figures from like 2 or 3 years ago anyway. Monkey Man says, fear of roller coaster. Don't want the car to attach and fall billions of feet. I don't know what roller coaster you're going on, but I don't fall that far. But I hear you. I hear you. I always enjoyed roller coasters. I've gotten to be too big. I was already kind of on the cusp of being too big even before I put on a little bit of weight. Because a lot of the roller coasters that come over the top, they come right down on your shoulders, and you know it pushes down on my. I'm just so tall, like I have such a tall torso. It's the shoulders, and you know, I mean, I've got a bit of a belly, but that's not the part that's the problem. It's this part up here. Just because I've been tall, so I haven't been on a roller coaster in many years, and I probably will not go on one again. But it's fine. I had fun when I could. So Big Rostrum says it's usually only millions of feet, so not bad. Yeah, I definitely had fun on the coasters. Disney's are very tame in comparison to a lot of them, but you know, Space Mountain's actually a lot of fun, even though it's a fairly small coaster, no long drops. It only reaches like 30 miles an hour, but it's basically in the pitch dark. It's not completely dark, but you can't see where you're going, and that's what adds to the thrills, because you know, you start doing this turn this way or that way, or a drop or whatever, and you can't see it and prepare for it. Like on these big roller coasters where you're going like 60 miles an hour and doing big loops or whatever, you can see that, so you can kind of mentally prepare for what's about to happen to you. On Space Mountain, even though it's not as intense, you don't see what's happening, so that kind of adds to the thrill to it. But yeah, I've been to the Busch Gardens quite a bit. You know, Montu was always a fun. That's one of the inverted coasters where your feet dangle. Kumba was there. Oh, what is the one that Shikra? That's the vertical drop coaster. And you know, it's like, oh, vertical drop, yeah, but you know, when you go look at it, the portion of the track that's actually vertical is like 10 feet. It's got a big curve, then it's vertical for like 10 feet, and then it starts curving out. It's still pretty crazy. Like if you're in the front row, they actually take you over the curve and then stop you, so you're kind of like looking down, dangling over, and then they drop you down. It's pretty crazy. A lot of fun. Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. And I did learn a lesson though on I think it was Kumba. It was a pretty standard roller coaster over at Busch Gardens, but one time I was just kind of like, and it's shakier than usual. That a lot of them are real smooth. That one's kind of shaky. I don't know if it's just older or whatever. But I'm just kind of like looking around, kind of enjoying the scenery. But then all of a sudden, I'm just starting to like almost not be able to see. And then I was realizing that my head's not really still, and it's just shaking around too much. So I was like, so I just kind of planted my head back to against the seat, and that made things a lot better. So yeah. So when you're going around on a roller coaster, if you have a seat where you can put your head back, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and do that. Yeah. If you like G-Forces, when you're at Disney, if you find your way over to Epcot, go to Mission Space. That one, I think it's basically a centrifuge. That you get some pretty serious G-Forces on that one. They actually had to make it's actually pretty intense. They had like little vomit bags in there. And I think they actually had to make like a whole nother one that doesn't go quite as intensely, but yeah, that's another one where if you're not like strapped it, you know, planted in, and you're kind of off doing stuff, you could kind of start to, you know, lose consciousness. So yeah, Mission Space, that's another one for you at Disney. That's at Epcot. It's another one. It's actually kind of very similar to the Smuggler's Run, where there's 4 seats, and you're like the pilot, the navigator, the engineer, whatever. And as you're going, it's kind of like I can't remember if it's not an actual shuttle launch, but it's similar to one, where as you're going through on a mission, and you've got little buttons to press and stuff like that. So it is activity for you to do, and as your spaceship goes through different things, you feel the different levels of G-forces. So she didn't appreciate Mission Space at all. Yeah, people that don't know what it is can definitely get caught off guard by it. I thought it was fun. Okay, you've been, yeah, it's been around a while, but I definitely had those vibes when I went on Smuggler's Run. The only difference is Smuggler's Run, you're in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and it was kind of nice during this times. They weren't filling up the cockpit. So there's normally like 6 seats, and you have to get lucky if you're in the pilot's chair, because they say that, oh, that's the coolest one, because you're right there at the screen and you're controlling the pilots, controlling the, you know, where you go. The other ones are like gunners, where you can shoot the guns, and then the other one I think is engineers. Like you hit that button to fix a problem, you hit that button to fix a problem. But so when we went, it was just the 2 of us. So left pilot, right pilot. And it was a lot of fun. You know, at one point there's I don't know if I want to give it away, but it's real fun. It's kind of hard though, because one side controls the up and down, and the other person controls the left and the right. So you have to. So it's not like one person sitting there doing the whole thing. You're doing the up and down, and they're doing the left and right. So results in quite a few crashes. It's a lot of fun though. Definitely, if you haven't, get on the Smuggler's Run. How much was the Unicron? Yeah, he was what, yeah, it was like 579 or something like that plus tax. I think all told it was like 620. So if any, here's a little nugget of information. If anybody's actually looking to buy one secondhand, like on eBay or something, or from one of these other retailers, I think most of them were pre-orders or whatever. But for me, for this price, if I were to go and put this on eBay with the expected shipping costs and the fees for eBay, PayPal, whatever, I would have to list this and sell it for $875 just to break even. So when you see people out there putting it up for a lot of money or whatever, keep in mind, break even is basically $900. So it's not like, oh, you bought it for $600 and you're selling it for $1,000. Oh, look at that! You're getting so much profit. Well, no, at $1,000, it's really about maybe $100 they're making off of you. So there's a lot of the shipping alone is probably like $125. So, what country was it shipped from? I don't know. My shipping originated in California, so I would imagine it came from China or wherever they have their factories. I mean, people over in the Far East, Philippines and Japan and stuff like that, they were getting their Unicrons weeks before anybody over here did. So I'm pretty sure it came from Cybertron. Let's see. Shockwave asked, "Have you seen the Justice League Snyder's cut?" I did. It's amazing. It's been a while since I first saw the original Justice League, and so I didn't have any recent memory to compare to. But the whole feeling was just felt so much better. Because it's like almost 4 hours long, and I'm sitting there and I knew this going into it, and I didn't check my watch until it was like, wow, it's been 3.5 hours already. So it's so good. Yeah, even if you saw the original Justice League, go watch Snyder Cut. It's a completely different movie. Completely different movie. Yeah. Oh, that Lek Toys too, man. I saw he's doing like the cell shaded version of Unicron. I just kind of stumbled upon like he had done the cell shading of the head, and I watched that whole video. I was amazed the talent, the skill of that, and then he's doing the whole thing. I was like, gosh, that's crazy. It's good. From what I've seen so far, it's amazing. Yeah, I wish I had that kind of talent and drive to do stuff like that, because that's just so cool. But I don't have the talent because I don't take the time to. I don't even take the time to practice it. If I were even capable of it, I don't put in the time to even find out if I could. So. Had a new home theater set up, and oh, yeah. Yeah, so everybody who's hyping up the Snyder Cut, talking about how great it is, they're not lying. It's good stuff. Oh, PB2 sent me a Instagram link to that update. Oh wow, he's got the whole body and the arms and the upper legs and the feet. Man. Let's see if I can bring this up. I might have to go follow him over there on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram that much. I might have to go give him a follow. I actually stumbled across him on YouTube because he actually showed the steps he took to do the head. What am I doing? we go. Look at that. That's amazing. Even the feet. I mean, even the feet. Crazy. Yeah, thanks for sharing their PB2. That's. I'm not usually a big fan. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of the cell shaded. I was. It always looks cool, but it's not anything that I would be like seeking out. You know, like they had those cell shaded versions of Optimus Prime and Megatron for like that 35th anniversary from Siege or something like that, or you know, like they had the cell shaded stickers from Toy Hacks. I'm not a huge fan of that to the point where I'm going to go seek out that kind of stuff. But it always does look impressive. So, and that, insane. So. Yeah, I know. It's kind of nice that the stuff's coming. It's still getting released and it's going to streaming or whatever. I still like going to the theater, and once all this is over and we can go back to the theater again, I expect to be going back out to the theater again. For a lot of things, but it's been nice to still have that, and even just like the HBO Max, I just get I've got that included with my cell phone plan, so that's even better. So I was able to watch Wonder Woman 2 on that, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to pay for that movie. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. Maybe I'd have to watch it a second time and maybe it'd be better, but I don't know if that's going to be one of those that gets better the more you watch it. But I was happy I had it so I can go see the Snyder Cut. Yeah, I agree with you there, Monkey Man. The hard thing is, you can't always tell that a movie's bad until you see it, you know. So usually I can't say. Only one movie comes to mind when I think that I wish I had my money back. This was from many years ago. I went and saw the movie Congo in the theaters, and I'm sitting there watching this, and I don't think I've ever watched it again since then, but I just didn't like it. It just, for whatever reason, it didn't hit with me. It didn't help that the theater lost power partway through it, and so he had to sit there and wait. And I probably should have left right at that point, but at the same time, I'd have been sitting there. It's like, yeah, but I don't know how it ends, you know. But yeah, that was the one where I was like, oh man. I'm not somebody who's going to go and ask for their money back because they don't like the movie. Because I mean, you paid to see the movie and you saw the movie. You know, there's no money back guarantee if you don't like it. So I'm not but if I were going to, that's probably that would have been one that I would have. Yeah. See, when the Beast Wars movie comes in, I'm right there with you, Big Bronze Rim. It could be really cool, or it could be Congo, or it could be you know, robots in the Congo. So, yeah, Altamont Phil, the tragically bad movie that you loved. Yeah, Oh, I get it. There's definitely audiences for stuff. It's like I know Waterworld is one of the movies that generally gets panned. A lot of people just like think it's too over the top, and Kevin Costner or whatever. But I love it. I don't know why. I think Waterworld's great. Is it cheesy? Oh yeah, but that's definitely one that I actually like. So that's probably one that fits into that category for me would be Waterworld. They actually had that boat, that trimaran that they had at Universal Florida for not long ago. I'm sure it's probably disintegrated by now because it basically just sat out there. But yeah. William Edward Hackman. It's a movie called Congo. I'm not talking about the country. There was a movie called Congo. It was about some team of scientists or whatever going off searching for some ape in the Congo, and they run into like white gorillas and dinosaurs or something. I don't remember, but it was pretty bad. So. Falcon and Winter Soldier's good. I don't know if how many of you guys have been seeing. Got Disney Plus. I don't know if you've been watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's real good. We're still in the whole spoiler realm, so we won't be talking much about it. But really enjoying it. It definitely came up to speed much faster than WandaVision. It took a good 3 or 4 episodes for WandaVision to really kind of hit its stride, which I think was by design. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's just like boom right out of the gate. So I think in hindsight, after all is said and done, people will mostly be looking more favorable on Falcon and Winter Soldier just because of that. I think. Spring. His name is Spring Soldier. No, his name is Winter Soldier. No matter what the season is, winter is his mood. I could counter with another argument, but that would be kind of in spoiler territory, not super spoiler. But yeah, I know. I remember that PB2. Congo was written by the Michael Crichton, who wrote the Jurassic Park novels, and I had seen Jurassic Park, loved it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go see Congo, because I was thinking, Jurassic Park was good, and it's by the same, same guy who wrote both stories, so maybe Congo will be good. I didn't remember that until you mentioned it, but then it's like, oh yeah. One-armed soldier. Hey, was he the one-armed man in The Fugitive? Well, no, because he actually would have both arms, so Richard Kimball wouldn't have noticed that he was a one-armed man. Wouldn't be calling him the one-armed man, unless he somehow managed to rip the vibranium arm off. Crossover idea, though. Have Richard Kimball be on one of his past victims. Oh my goodness, look at the time. We've been going for a while now here. I love these chats. You guys are great. So what do I do with these like after show stuff? What do you guys? Any ideas? You don't have to have them. Because what we were doing, and one of the things I liked about Twitch is I'd record the news stream, sign off, and then that would be the news, and then these would just stay up for a couple weeks in case somebody wanted to watch them, and then it would just kind of, you know, get deleted by Twitch. And because I'll tell you now, you know, the viewership, I can see it on the screen over there. The viewership drops off quite a bit, as you might expect, after we're done talking about Earth Wars in the stream or whatever. And the replay, you're probably going to get an average of maybe like 4 or 5 minutes of watch time on a 2-hour video. And so, you know, it's so it is possible to edit these after the fact. So once YouTube's done processing, I could go in there and I could like trim this down to just the news stream. Another thing I was thinking about doing is maybe I could record like the after show. You know, trim down the news stream and just kind of leave that up, and I could record the after show and put that up somewhere else for like you know, like I would say for like members or whatever, but you know, I would think any members who might want to watch it are likely to be here. Yeah, I mean that's another option there, PB2. I could actually just unlist the live stream and just, you know, record the news stream like usual, unlist the live stream, and then or members only the live stream perhaps, and then upload it as another video like usual. Maybe. This is just some things to think about, but yeah, that's something that was one idea I had, PB2. I was also thinking something else possible was because one of the things I do want to see getting back out here onto the you know, onto the channel, and it's kind of been missing by not putting it over, was when I talk about the figures that I get, because I started this channel to review figures, and it just kind of turned into the game channel. Which is cool. I mean, it's great, you know. But I do want to continue to talk about the figures. But then I was like, you know, I talk about them in the part of the stream that I don't record. So maybe maybe mini reviews, or maybe I do a Hoist Hall section. You know, so go ahead and do the stream and sign off, and then just kind of start over again with the nice hearty Bali Grana. And it's like, welcome to the Hoist Halls, where I talk about the figures that I happen to get since we last talked. You know, here's Inferno, kind of a, you know, same kind of deal that I do, but you know, that way that's like a, you know, a second video that I could put out during the week. You know, maybe, you know, take that and then just save that for like a Thursday or a Friday release. You know, all you guys could watch it live, and then I could then go and you know, release this as a second video. I mean, even the crystal cracking I could put into a whole nother video. You know, say, okay, well that's the news. Thanks for coming. Okay, you know, keep rolling. Okay, Bali Grana, we're starting up the Search for 6 Gun. Are we gonna be lucky? Search for 6 Gun Part 1. Search for Ultra Magnus Part 72. So, I kind of had that kind of an idea too, you know. And then that would be something very similar, like what you were saying. You know, I could unlist the live stream, and then just have those videos come back, or trim the live stream. So that way that just stays up, and then those extra little bits, I could, you know, put out as other videos. But the other parts of the stream where we're kind of hanging out, and I'm just kind of like sitting here just watching reading the comments or wondering, okay, what am I going to talk about now? That doesn't have to stay up. So, yeah, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Oh, Shockwave spilled your coffee. Yeah, I can see it might be difficult with only one hand. You know, the other hand being a little laser blaster. So. Since in-game Swoop used to be called Strafe, while developing the Technobot Strafe, I wonder if they had a coding error and they made a copy of Swoop. Yeah, Swoop got his name back quite a pretty good while ago. I'm pretty sure they cleansed the code of Strafe before that one came around. It is good though that he got his name back, so he didn't have Strafe and Strafe. Yep, Sludge had to be slogged for a little while. Doggone trademarks. But Slug will always be Slug from now and henceforth, because that's Hasbro's call. In fact, the other these other two name changes are all Hasbro's call too. Just like Snapdragon being a mercenary. I mean, it's their characters. You know, Space Ape is, if they want to keep making the game with their permission, they have to heed their wishes. So, Shockwave with it, that's logical. Thank you. So Monkey, that's another good point. Not only does he only have one hand, he doesn't even have a mouth. So Shockwave, how are you even drinking coffee? You just have like, you don't even have a face. You just have like a light bulb for a face. How do you even drink coffee? Come on, man. Oh. Well, I am so glad I didn't end this any sooner, so I could actually get this last little bit of conversation in here. Thank you very much, Shockwave and Monkey Man. That's okay, Shockwave. You don't have to answer. I can imagine it's messing with your logic circuits there. There you go. Nice way to do it. It's a secret. Well done. Well done. Yeah, he talks with no mouth, but that's easily explained by saying that he's got speakers somewhere. Yo. So yeah. And on that lighthearted note, I think I'll be signing out here. Nice thing about doing it on YouTube is I don't have to wait the whole 24-hour thing like with Twitch before. So I sign off and it's just there, and I think YouTube still has to process it before it's like fully available for everybody. But you know, that might be another reason why to record it, because you know, if I record just like the 20 or 30 minutes or whatever it takes, I can upload that in like 6 minutes, and it'll probably be ready to go faster than YouTube could even process a 2-hour stream. So I don't know. We'll try it a few different ways. So last time Shockwave had a mouth, Optimus ripped out his eye. The former Shockwave is the only one with a mouth. Well, IDW too. That was before he. What was it? The Emperata is what they called it in IDW comics, where they actually remove your face and just give you just the eye. And they also remove your hands and give you like you know, claws or something like that. That's why Whirl looks the same way. It's called Emperata. So that IDW, like the whole Lost Light and More Than Meets the Eye series, and even they went through a couple of name changes, but that whole series that started off there, it was More Than Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise is what it started off with. That whole series there, because they talked about like the history and stuff like that. That whole series is really great for building background. So, all right, I'm signing off for real this time. Thank you everybody for being here, and for looks like we got 30 people still in the chat. That's almost more than we ever had on Twitch, even at the highest. I mean, that's one reason why I came back. There's more of you guys here on YouTube. So those of you who followed me to Twitch and still stuck around or whatever, I thank you for following me. But there's just more people here. Oh, we just lost somebody. See them signing off and they're already dropping. But that's it. I'm out of here. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. I'll see you next time.